This Andalusian Grand Prix, the first Andalusian Grand Prix in history. Fabio Quartararo on pole for the fourth race in a row. Franco Morbidelli, Jack Miller, Taka Nakagami and Brad Binder, the rookie sensation on row 3. Then it's Joan Mir, Danilo Petrucci, row 5. Andrea Dovizioso, an awful lot of work to do from him, 14th. Missed Q2 for the first time since the Saxon ring. He's on that 5th row with head of a tough race for his men. Maya Meregali, team manager of Monster Energy Yamahas, with Simon.
Mayo, got a hard question for you. This is in front of us, and a mistake that is even more important.
It's on the grid. Simon's with Davide Brivio, Suzuki team boss, right now.
Davide, can you tell us about your ride?
We're going to find out whether he's made any inroads in an area he's desperate to work on, and that's like his pace in the at Yamaha at least, with Vinales dicing it out with Quartararo.
Vinales then on the Ducati, leading the Ducati line third. Maverick Vinales looking to try and be the boss here at Yamaha. Quartararo, Andalusia. Celebrating once more. Away we go for the warm-up lap here. Everyone away fine. Just near the press conference room, I can see that with
the opening exchanges of this 25-lap bruising battle coming up in Jerez. Excruciating, and the sun's right now. Fabio Quartararo, your championship leader, the pole man for the fourth race in a row. Can he make it back-to-back with
air temperature 37? Miguel Oliveira from Portugal, best ever qualifying result. He's not got far to travel home to ever qualifying in MotoGP.
Who can keep calm in the heat? Who can keep cool in the heat? Who can keep collected in the heat? Well, this Prix so far this year, but he's always said it's about consistency. That came to the fore last weekend when the tyres dropped off in those last 10 laps.
His hard front tyre, because remember, he started soft last time out and was really quick on the opening 5 laps.
So, who versus Vinales versus Bagnaia on your front row?
Who will amaze us in Andalusia? Lights out! Good start from Fabio Quartararo. He got that one absolutely nailed. He's flying up the hill. Rossi also with a decent start. And Vinales.
Corona is certainly one of the Red Bull KTM Tech 3 bikes. The Yamaha whole shot device working perfectly yet again.
It's Miguel Oliveira
trying to stretch away from the barrel. Binder was involved as well.
So it's Quartararo leading from Maverick Vinales for me, Bagnaia and Morbidelli.
Paul Espargaro well wide at turn 5. How good is that Yamaha whole shot device? So Rossi got the dream launch from the second. 14. It's early doors here in Jerez, but that's what we've got right now.
Maverick Vinales looking to try and find a way through already on Quartararo. With Oliveira and Brad Binder, they'll be teammates next year. What's their contact? Bradley Smith also involved.
So that's compromised their race. Last week, Binder played a blinder. He's going to have to do the same again.
Maverick Vinales is looking good here. He's lining up a move, surely.
He can't drop behind the Ducati of Jack Miller. That would have been a nightmare. He hasn't, luckily. Vinales does hold on to that third place, though.
You've got the apprentice and the master in first and second here, then. Quartararo, Rossi and Vinales further back, and late from the very back of the grid.
Yeah, saw Paul Espargaro well wide at turn.
Yeah,
and I'm afraid
tagged the back wheel of Oliveira.
Yeah, that was a nasty old impact, wasn't it? Oliveira landing right. Oh dear. Taka Nakagami, as we expected, early doors is running comfortably inside that top 6. That's where LTR Honda thought he was got the better pace.
Quick check as we look, Bagnaia coming through on Miller. He's just a bit out of shape though into the last corner, and he's gone wide.
Getting frustrated and impatient there because he could see the Yamahas getting away. He looked quicker than Miller and he tried to force the issue. Good defaulting here. Rossi hasn't got the pace of the Frenchman, and at the moment Vinales can't find a way back through on Rossi. The buffer that Quartararo.
Quick check on Dovi. He's in 10th place at the moment behind his teammate Danilo Petrucci. Got a lot of work to do from back there.
Last lap 6/10 quicker than Rossi, half a second quicker than Vinales. Already is he making that decisive break at a career best 5th place. Vinales still no way through on Rossi.
No, and there's a bit of a train forming here. Jack Miller's closes. Fabio Quartararo's checking out.
Yep,
right to the home straight here. And
Rossi somehow closing down is what, a 1.5 second deficit on Quartararo. He's gone. Quartararo, a 30 last lap. Quartararo was faster than Rossi.
Yeah, and you can see how impatient Vinales is now to try and get through on Valentino Rossi.
Jerez, he ran wide last weekend to surrender the lead to Quartararo. He lunged up the inside of the Frenchman a couple of laps ago, and away up the inside of Rossi into turn 6. No, he's not close enough. We know that Rossi might not have the pace to go with Quartararo, but one thing Rossi is, this will sting for Maverick Vinales as he sees Fabio Quartararo stretching away. Again, Quartararo's just 3. He's 3/10 quicker in sector 3 than Rossi and Vinales.
Vinales has got to get through. He's got to do it now. He can't find a way through.
Does he just have not enough trust in that front end yet while the full tank's still quite full? It's Rossi through, not to have Jack Miller sweep through as well. Now here's Dovizioso picking his way through the pack as we expected.
He's just have a pop at Rossi and it went slightly wrong because he's just lost a bit of ground, hasn't he? And the two Pramac Ducati boys are
you
now
can pretty much
closing.
already forget about Rossi, and while Vinales is stuck behind Rossi, there's nothing he can do to bridge that gap. Quartararo at the moment in a complete class of his own. Epic battle of the walking wounded. The fact that those two have even put their helmets and leathers on today, testament to their willpower and determination. I think he had to put a screw in that damaged left scaphoid.
Wow. At the moment, their leading rider is Pol Espargaro. He's still in 12th. He can't get through on his brother Aleix right now.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Fabio
Quartararo right now, another 38.4 for him.
7/10 quicker than Rossi. They've got nothing for him. He's got the two Pramac Ducatis ganging up behind him as well. Taka Nakagami hanging in there as well inside the top 6. There's been nothing that
Because his pace is just as good as the guys in the podium fight. And Brad Binder, again, he's in the mid-38s, but he's right at the back of
front tyre.
You've got to give Rossi credit here, Matt. I mean, he is doing everything to hang on in there. This has crossed the line.
Well, his buffer is over 3 seconds as we expected. He's just hammering in those mid-138s and 139 from the Suzuki man. He's just there at the top of your picture, trying to hunt down.
Oh, Tech 3 are having a disaster. It's looking a bit ugly.
Last corner, just tipping off the side. Alex Rins is right on his case.
Right.
The condition that he is, and Cal Crutchlow. They're both doing 139s. In this heat, in their physical condition.
Going into a bit of a Ducati trap. He must be so frustrated, Vinales, with the mistake trying to go through on Valentino and not holding off those Pramac Ducatis. Joan Mir's got some good pace going, as Davide Brivier alluded to.
As we said as well, this will sting for Vinales. Big inroads into Taka Nakagami's Honda. Will Morbidelli be close enough to attack the Japanese man into the final corner? We're looking back from the issue. There was nothing that Nakagami could do. He would see Morbidelli on the inside, couldn't turn in. Rossi is just putting a bit of daylight, isn't he, between...
Fluke.
Settled into a good rhythm now, Rossi. Yep. 38.9 was only 2/10 slower than Quartararo. So, I mean, how punishing is that going to be for the body and the tyres? But Rossi at the moment has got Vinales week after everybody said he called it quits. Through the towel then, apparently. Nothing to do with the mechanical.
Are going to look slim all of a sudden.
Well, and to not finish on the podium, given his speed all weekend, that would be a disaster. That would be a disaster. I don't...
Into 18th place as he hunts down some points.
Yeah, a bit of youthful exuberance, shall we say, at the first corner from Brad Binder to Valentino Rossi. At turn 1, we've seen it happen before in the past. There's your race leader, your runaway race leader, Fabio Quartararo. Through.
Jack will be frustrated if Pecco does that. You can just see Jack at the moment is just trying to conserve himself a little and then waiting for that.
Whether these guys in that pack, how their front tyres are holding up pressure and temperature-wise, because without that clear air, Aleix Espargaro...
They're up the inside. Maverick Vinales, he's wide though. He's really wide. And Pecco Bagnaia pounces as well. How many times have we seen that happen in this 5th?
Aleix Espargaro was 11th, just ahead of younger brother Pol when he crashed. He said yesterday he's having to push so hard in that front end. Times, unfortunately, become inevitable, and I'm afraid he's been bitten again.
No further action taken after the problem he's got, of course, is he's got 2 Ducatis in front of him, which are notoriously difficult to pass. 14 laps left of this race. There's Jack Miller now trying to have a look up the inside of Maverick Vinales, and does. Can he hold it? It comes Morbidelli up the inside as well. Maverick Vinales is down to, what is it now, 6th place.
With Fabio Quartararo in a showdown at the front. This was down into turn 6. He's going to run in hot. Pecco Bagnaia is going to sweep underneath.
Off right now.
Well, how upbeat did he look before the race?
Oh, Jack Miller has gone down and out of the race. You could just see that
flash at the bottom of your screen, couldn't you? We're getting into the territory, Steve. Look at this. There you go, the front end going. How many guys did we see go down at turn 9 in Moto?
There's the boss just up ahead of him.
Yeah, and he looks like he's got the better pace, doesn't he, Pecco Bagnaia? He said all throughout the weekend, this is becoming what we feared, a real race of attrition.
Oh, Rossi's wide.
Yeah, the guys are hitting massive tyre trouble already here. And Pecco Bagnaia then in 2nd place. We've got our 3 VR46 Academy men there. That's
the 5th rider out of this race.
Yet again, who's just racing super smart, boxing clever like Desmo Dobby, undaunted, getting himself into this podium battle. Well, seems a long shot right now, but who knows?
Anything in this race could happen. On Fabio Quartararo, Morbidelli's obviously looking for his first podium. Petronas Yamaha, of course, they've had their win. They've never had.
Time around, Nakagami was slightly quicker. It's looking like Valentino Rossi is having problems stressing that rear tyre like he always.
Matt, coming out of turn 2 through 3, he just bolted away from it. It looked like Valentino couldn't get any rear grip.
See, Andrea Dovizioso is really paying the price for a woeful qualifying and struggling to find a good setup before. Robbie's got some good rhythm. Tell you who is in a really fast pace as well is Juan Mir in 7th. He's doing 39 flats.
Yeah, and we know so they're doing a
still doing
job.
mid-39s.
Yeah,
which is not, that's not far behind podium pace at this stage.
No.
Binder.
It gets worse for KTM. Binder's gone
Do you know
down.
what? This is what we thought it was going to be. It's a proper battle of survival, this.
As it stands. Oh,
crikey.
vicious stuff.
Oh, dearie me, what an eventful day for Brad Binder. That's
Temperature, in terms of the speeds that these bikes and riders are going.
This is going to feel like the longest 12 laps already.
Valentino Rossi's responded a bit, despite being in a bit of trouble initially with Mir just behind him. There is Doffy, look. Number 4, just behind this factory Suzuki.
Conditions that the guy is probably at best 60% fit, and he's doing personal best laps of a 39.4.
Way to go. There's Paul Espargaro. He's in ninth right now. It's not really been the day that they were expecting, is it, KTM? And he's the only KTM
for Paul Espargaro.
It's quite a lonely race for this guy as well.
Yeah, this is just now the ultimate test of his focus and concentrate control. 4.6 seconds. A good ride again by this young man, Alex Marquez.
Yeah, I agree with that.
On the Repsol Honda.
Valentino Rossi, you can see in that shot, this is the battle for 3rd place. Pecco Bagnaia further up the road in 2nd at the moment.
Front tyre durability, working on that front suspension and the geometry to try and give him better front tyre life. So let's see if it's... Well, we see that shot on slightly less exotic, and we just saw a real bruising, nasty crash for Brad Binder. He looked like he lost the front, and then the rear grip flung him over the heights.
Deli, something's gone. Is that another engine problem for Yamaha? What's happened?
Yamaha's engines are not proving to be reliable. To factory, Rossi out with a technical last weekend. Franco Morbidelli cruelly denied a podium here this weekend.
Exactly like Valentino's, in the same position. All his was a big alarm came on and everything shuts down.
Yeah, he's going back out as well. You know what? I've not seen a race like this. I don't think ever.
Burning at midnight oil in Awato over the next few days. Rossi out with a technical last weekend, and Rossi now struggling, as we thought he might. Vinales is trying to strike and salvage a podium. When was the last time we saw 2 Yamaha? Are concerning times for Yamaha. With Fabio Quartararo, your world championship leader, Yamaha right now are going through engines like confetti at the autumn season. Are Yamaha going to have to knock out some performance on their engines to make them more?
To be 7 is still just about hanging on to a podium spot at the moment. 7 laps to go now, as Fabio Quartararo has been so far, and there might yet be a few more cool moments for 1 or 2 riders as yet. It doesn't get...
It's going to be painful.
Here comes Maverick. Is he going to have a look into turn 5? He's not quite close enough. Now he's got to try and just get turn 6 there. Now he just about manages to hold on to it.
You know Rossi's going to defend like hell. He wants that podium. Such a long he stays on board. What a job the Italian's done as well. He's long gone in 2nd place.
Am I seeing? Is it my eyes or is there smoke?
That'd be so cruel.
He stays on.
He stayed on into the last corner. Maverick Vinales has gone through, but he's gone wide again. Valentino Rossi worried for him as well, because he clearly does not know what is going on right now.
But at the moment, it's obviously not leaking fluid into him. As he looked down at the dash, this is going to be really unsettling as well for Rossi and Vinales behind him. They can see this. Cracking spot, mate, in the distance out. Oh, this is cruel in the extreme. This is what happened to Fabio Quartararo, wasn't it? He was running 2nd in Jerez last year when he had a mechanical. How, chats? We've had everything.
Well, this was like... This is just ridiculous, isn't it? This is just ridiculous what we're witnessing, and all of a sudden, if he just finishes the race, he'll get them. Alex Rins is in 10th.
Gut-wrenching for Franco Morbidelli and Pecco Bagnaia. To be not bitter pill to swallow than that, does it? Now then, Nakagami's eyes are going to prick up, aren't they? They're going to light up. What about Dovizioso? He's going to salvage a 6. Yamaha's ahead of him. Juan Mir's not out of this as well either.
Valentino Rossi at the moment holds strong, holds firm for the 2 men who unfortunately have had mechanicals and gone out of this one.
That's just cruel in the next place.
Here comes Maverick Vinales now. Is he going to find a way through? He still can't get through on Valentino Rossi. He had excellent drive out of turn 5. Find his way through right now.
Going to hold my hands up and say, didn't see this coming. Potentially Maverick Vinales being the 3rd best Yamaha after all the great race pace he showed. Factory locked out a MotoGP podium. That day it was Yamaha.
No. Didn't quite work out this time, so it'll be 4 laps to go.
Track temperature in sector 3, 100 and...
This is going to hurt. Look at that. In a race like this, Fabio's just in a world of his own.
He's taken them to the cleaners. Again, has 38 nines for 4 laps in a row, from lap 13 to lap 16. Absolutely, because Fabio Quartararo He's on his way to a maximum 50-point haul so far. Time ago. Quartararo in a class of his own today. Nobody in his league. He's just going to run out of time, Nakagami. He's running a really good pace, 39.4, but it's just a smidgen. Really sorry, you rode awesome. That's what he can take from this race, that he did ride absolutely brilliantly.
The pressure that Valentino Rossi is not. Is he going to outbrake himself here, Valentino Rossi, into turn 6? No! He still can't find a way through, and still the doctor
got in the slipstream, got alongside Rossi, side by side, but the doctor just has the advantage in the braking zone. Low trucks, isn't he? He just cannot get through. Rossi's making himself so big, so hard to overtake.
But you have to say,
Vinales has had much better speed all weekend in race trim.
The attempt, but it doesn't quite work.
Well, he's had a nibble at turn 6 for a few laps now, and he's really going to try and pounce on Rossi.
Find a way through. Further down there, Nakagami 4th, Mir 5th, Dovi 6th, Polisbarg wins in 10th. Goodness
what
me,
a
the
job.
Story through here. We're going live with After the Flag shortly after this. Second place, Maverick finally finds a way through as the front end gives way for Valentino. Will Rossi now try and fight back?
Here's your runaway race leader, Fabio Quartararo, strolling to victory in the Andalusian Grand Prix. Here's the battle of Vinales. Vinales clearly was the faster man, and straight away he's been able to gap Valentino Rossi. And Rossi can't rely. Yeah, he did so well to hold off Vinales for as long as he did, because as soon as Vinales has passed him, he's smelling his first MotoGP podium here. He's getting it loose, really attacking on the front end of that whole...
The force is with Fabio. Bragging rights at Yamaha belong to him as he takes glory here. Good effort from Nakagami. That's his best try result, and Mir late on had some great pace, and it's 5th for him. Dovi gets 10th in 8th because he was closing on Polisbargo. Zarco takes 9th, and round of applause and take a bow for the man who's about to know Rossi. Look at him, 41 years old, and he's back on the podium, but the honours belong today.
Take away that, you know. Wilco, you're an old rider like I am. I think Fabio put in fighting. Congratulations. Thank you.
Well, there's absolutely no doubt that the man that will be the least happy on the podium is... And you can see a shrug of the shoulders from Maverick Vinales. I'm fascinated to know where that all went wrong. You've annihilated everyone today, Fabio, and just...
He's coming down to congratulate his brother. Luca Marini does the same.
He'll be a gentleman, and getting a pat on the back, and rightly so after that. Alex Rins, the team are celebrating like they've taken victory.
Brent Stevens, and
to get the smile back on his face, Maverick Vinales. What went wrong there?
Maverick Vinales, what a fight those two had today. Rossi did everything he could to keep Vinales behind him. Valentino Rossi was 20 years of age.
But I'm very happy. Come back on the podium is, for me today, is not like a victory, but similar.
Showing just why. Not ready for retirement just yet, is he?
Well,
I mean, today I missed the first corner. If not, I think it was a much better race.
Thanks, Maverick.
Thank you.
He was still struggling, was he, there, to regain his composure, really.
My family start to be drunk right now to celebrate, but honestly, it feels so good to make back-to-back winning in the race.